So we've got the cotton buds now.
Right, ready and armed with cotton buds. I wouldn't say, some people say that when you do a smoky eye, you kind of almost put a shelf of powder under the eye. I'm not going to do this because I think that's really going to emphasize any fine lines under Sarah's eye. So just tap off any excess off your brush so as the pigment doesn't fall. If it does, which is absolutely fine, you can use a cotton bud to lightly remove it, and then we can even get back in there with some concealer. But the real reason why I want this cotton bud is because I want to make sure that nothing goes past this line here, okay, coming up from the lower lash line and up towards even higher than the tip of the ear, because the tip of the ear is here. We want to just really keep everything nice and high. So sometimes you might find that you'll need to pull that colour away, okay? So I'm just going to darken it a little bit more in through that crease. It's quite important you keep your eye open for this, because if you close your eye for me, Sarah, you know, you might end up putting that colour much lower down, therefore making the whole eye look darker, and then when you open the eye you won't even see it. So keep the eye open and you'll see that's where I want my drama to be. And blend. We don't want this to go too high up or too close to the eyebrow. And you may notice I'm not actually putting a highlighter under the brow that's shimmery, because I think that's just really dated and it's not attractive. You can always use a brighter concealer or just something like the highlighter that we used on the nose. Okay, and if you want to look up to the ceiling for me, Sarah, as well, I'm going to just very lightly bring a little bit of that first colour that I used underneath the eye. And we're going to keep it just right, kind of halfway. I'm going to blend that as well. When I blend under the eye, I kind of drag the brush. I don't do that swirling motion. And you see that when you blend it, you can drag the rest of it across. Get a cotton bud in there. And pull any product off that you don't want. And just let's have a little look. Looking smoky. You can use cotton buds to pull off product as well. I'm going to get a matte colour for the crease now, and I'm going to just get something that's a bit more purpley. Okay. And I just want to really intensify that crease. I mean, we are talking rock chick here, folks.
It's lovely.
But just stop short of the full length that you want to go, because just remember, blending will pull it there for you. Okay. Right, so next we're going to do a little bit of eyeliner. Now, something that Sarah said she really wanted to learn was how to do kind of feline flicks. I don't recommend doing a feline flick with this particular eye shape, to be honest with you, because it gets caught up in the flesh here. But I will show you just a really subtle way of doing it, okay? Yeah. And the products that you would use to do it as well. Okay, let me just finish blending. Okay, so let's set our brushes down. Okay, I think using gels are brilliant, but I'm going to start by actually dampening my brush and using a wet brush in an eyeshadow. We're going to just go straight for black, okay? So using a wet brush and an eyeshadow is just a lot more maneuverable, okay? So you can just make sure that that sharp razor edge has got plenty on it. Make a little X in your eyeshadow, actually, it's quite handy. Close your eye. Lovely. So just touch it right in close to the eyelashes. That's the most important thing. keeping it thinner towards the inner corner. And then it's important again that we follow. Can we see the way the eyeshadow, even though the end of the eye is down here, the eyeshadow, because I've scooped it up with the cotton bud, is actually stopping a bit short and coming up and around. We need to follow that. Okay, so with your angle brush, you can see that you can get quite a nice sharp point. And it's all about how you hold it. Hold it in the direction that you want to pull it in. Okay? And then just fill in the gaps there. I like to touch the angle brush right in at the roots of the lash. Do everything in short strokes. And then join everything up with slightly longer strokes. It's not a process to be rushed. It's something that you need to get used to. Okay, and open up the eye. All right.
Wow, so you have created a flick.
So we have created a flick, exactly. But can you see, if we went to the end of the eye, if we were to do a flick here, it would get all caught up in the flesh.
Which is what I do, I might add.
Yeah, and then what also happens is then it kind of tends to point a bit downwards, and that makes the eyes look sad and not nearly as big or open as we want them to look.